This is part 3 of the Feng Shui series. It's about Feng Shui Remedies, the thing we do to make it better, to create better Feng Shui. Let's review the objectives. When you do Feng Shui, you have a few things you need to be aware of. First of all, you try to create an auspicious environment or surrounding. You have to feel good about your ability to improve. What do you want to improve? Well, you want to improve your health, your business, your career, your personal relationships, and in general, you want to improve your wellness. Now, everything you do has 2 dimensions, the material and spiritual dimensions. And I want you to understand that the spiritual dimension is more important and more valuable than the material dimension. In Feng Shui, you have to understand that it's all symbolism. Feng Shui is not a silver bullet where you just do some simple things and all the problems will disappear. It's just a symbolism, what you want to do and what you put into it. Your effort is most important. So it all starts with an intention to improve your present situation, and then you try to find the right thing to do, the realistic thing to do, and then you pursue it. So in this way is a chain reaction that you are going in the right direction. And in Feng Shui, the method is that you employ good objects of Feng Shui, colors, dates, and many other things to help make things happen. And what do you do with the objects? You try to place them in the right places in your house, or you try to arrange them. And for other things, you try to take the right action. So symbolism means the object that you use and its value is not very important. It doesn't matter that much. The right action is really the important thing. I want to talk about the use of mirrors. The sad thing is that it has been widely misinterpreted. So many people are confused as to why we use mirrors and how to use mirrors. Well, you have to look at the function of a mirror. A mirror can only perform 2 things. One is to produce an image. The other is to reflect light. You use a mirror to produce an image. When you use many mirrors, you can produce multiple images. So the objective is to multiply the good things with a mirror. And you also use a mirror to reflect the bad things, because you don't want the bad things coming straight at you, coming your way. For the inside, you use the mirror to multiply. What are the things you multiply? Space, clients, good objects. So you put mirrors on the walls to multiply the good things. When there is one client comes in, you have several mirrors. You look at the mirrors, you can see more than one client, so that's a good thing. So this is how the symbol works. For the inside of the building, you cannot reflect, because you have to ask yourself, where do you reflect the bad things to? You're inside the house, the bad thing is inside the house. Wherever you reflect it to is still bad inside the house. So a mirror cannot be used to reflect the bad things inside. What are the bad things inside your house? Most of them are created by yourself, such as garbage, litters, toxic relationships created by the family members or colleagues in an office. So all of them, you have to get rid of yourself. Your job is to get rid of them. You use a lot of mirrors. They don't work. It's no use. Now we come to the bad things coming from outside of your building. This is very easy to do. All we need is to employ a mirror, and you put the mirror on the front door, but not facing inside, facing outside. That means when there are bad things coming from the outside, it's going to be reflected by the mirror, so it won't come into the building. Remember, this is symbolism only. It's symbolic, it's not real. Now we come to the objects of good feng shui. What objects are considered good feng shui? There are two places you can look for these objects. The first one is according to Chinese culture. In Chinese culture, many things are considered good feng shui. Let me give you a few examples. Dragon, frog, coins, flutes, flowing water, heroes in the folk stories, artistic words nicely written, and many others. But as a foreigner, you don't have to follow these things blindly, because this is not your culture. So you have to find something that you feel good about, you really like, and those are good objects of feng shui for you. You have to feel good about them. So what are they? Very easy. Decorative items that you put inside the house, which you feel good about. They are objects of good feng shui for you. Family photos, musical instruments, if you play music, paintings, sculptures, even in modern days, personal computers. You feel good about your personal computers because you use them every day. Your stereo system too, and many other things. Now, once you have these items, the next thing to do is to organize them and arrange them, put them in your home in a convenient and nice manner. So, organize with taste, very important. That means no cluttering, because if you clutter your stuff inside the house, you impair the flow of qi. Remember the flow of qi that we talked about in part 2, which is one of the basic principles of feng shui. Don't violate this basic principle for the qi to flow smoothly inside the house. The next thing is about colors and lighting. Again, if you look at Chinese culture, they give you certain guidelines as to what colors are better colors, what lighting is better. But eventually, you have to feel good about it. You have to pick your own colors and lighting so that it improves your surrounding. And also, you have to use the basic principles as your guide. Remember in part 2, the other basic principles besides the flow of qi are nature, it has to be natural, harmony, and balance. Now we come to dates, numbers, and directions. So these are the requirements proposed by the number school. The number school has been described in part 1, and they are very exact. You have to follow exactly their prescriptions. The bad thing about the number school is that they give you exact prescriptions, and with the implications that something bad may happen if you don't follow them exactly. So, or else, this is something you have to be aware of. So my advice is that don't let the number schools increase your stress, because they are very stressful if you follow all those exact prescriptions. Lastly, I want to talk about feng shui expenses. Feng shui is good for the rich and also for the poor. It is not limited to how much money you spend. And each group of people have their own way of playing feng shui. The rich play their expensive games to show off. if you are not the rich, you don't have to play by that game. You should play by your budget. Make sure that whatever you do fits into your own budget. Because if you are out of budget, because of the high cost, it increases your stress. And when there is more stress, it's not good feng shui, it's bad feng shui.